Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had somebody promise you the world and then once you've signed a deal, completely forgotten all of those promises? It's something that is one of my biggest bugbears in telco on a number of levels, right? And when I say a number of levels, I mean, to the point where there was a position that I applied for with one of the telco companies a few years back, and I ended up getting the role. But through the entire interview process, I spoke to them about, look, my focus with my clients is looking after them long term. It's not, with me, it's not just a sign them up and move on to the next one. I have a relationship with my clients long term. And through the entire interview process, and I went through 3 different interviews to get this role, and every person I spoke to was yes, that's exactly how we operate, you'll fit right in, blah, blah, blah. And almost day one on the job, that all was forgotten. It was all reversed, and it was basically a case of, we just want you to concentrate on your sales targets, okay? We don't want you to be managing your accounts. And almost from day one, and that just was frustrating as hell. And it's one of my biggest pet peeves in the telco business, is that everybody out there, and having done it for 20 odd years, I understand, because I've been in all of these positions, sales reps, account managers, all of that, sales managers, all those sort of positions. Everybody is so focused on sales targets, they forget the after sales service, because they just want to move on to the next deal. They want to get their commissions, they want to hit their targets and do all of that sort of thing, get their bonuses. So it's a big part of why I started, so actually one of the core reasons I started Aria and I've structured it the way that I have, is so that it's more focused around existing clients and after sales service than it is around sales targets, right? I don't have a monthly sales target. I will do a completely other video on sales targets, because I've spoken to a few people that want to understand exactly why I'm so against them. But this video is about after sales service, and it's more to understand what to expect from people, and whether it's your existing sales rep or account manager, or whether it's you've got a new one coming in and promising you the world, and how to understand whether or not that person is actually going to deliver in what they say they're going to deliver. Now, the first thing is calling customer service lines. Now, I deal with business clients, I deal with corporate clients across Telstra, Optus, Vodafone, Exetel, and a number of other partners that I have relationships with in one way or another. And so basically what I do is I'm dealing with these accounts, and issues are going to come up, whether it's they need a SIM replacement, they're going overseas and needing a roaming pack, there's a billing issue, like things are going to come up, whether it's a phone system, whether it's whatever it is. The one rule I have for my clients is that regardless of who sends them the bill at the end of the month, who they're with, Telstra, Optus, couldn't care less, call me. Let me deal with them. You get on with being a plumber, an accountant, electrician, builder, transport company, whatever you are. That's your expertise. That's what you're brilliant at. You get on with doing that, right? This is telco. This is what I'm brilliant at. Come to me. Let me deal with these guys, and you get on with running your business. And not only do I say that, and you could go to any one of my clients, any one of my business corporate clients that are my clients today or in the past, and ask them that, they will give you that answer, right? What is Rob's one rule for his clients? Okay, do not call customer service under any circumstances, right? That is what it is. Now, so to my mind, and again, these are based on my standards for my clients, right? Other people have different standards for their own clients, maybe higher or lower or whatever than what mine are, but these are mine, and this is what I feel like my clients deserve, right? So come to me, let me deal with them. So right off the bat, if you've got a salesperson or an account manager that you're dealing with, and they've said the line to you, okay, I can't help you with that, you need to call customer service, that to me is a massive red flag, because what they're saying to you then is that I don't care about making sure that your account is sorted, Mr. Customer, or your issue is sorted, Mr. Customer, because I'm too busy chasing my sales target. That's essentially what it is. They're not going to say that to you, obviously, but that's essentially what it is because they're so busy chasing sales targets. All right. And again, I've been in that position. I've been a salesperson with a sales target. I've been an account manager with a sales target. All account managers, especially if you're dealing with the business guys, all account managers, and we'll get into that in a minute, but they've all got new acquisition monthly targets. As I say, we'll get into that shortly. But so the customer service thing, if you've ever had somebody say to you, I can't help you with that, you need to call customer service, that to me is a red flag. I can't fix everything sitting at my desk, right? I can't fix everything. There are certain systems I don't have access to. There's a lot of systems I don't have access to. There's certain things I can't personally do. But I will get on the phone to, whether it's one of my contacts or at the very worst, I will call customer service for my client. And if I need to conference them into the call for 30 seconds to authorize me, then so be it. But I'm the one that actually makes that phone call. I don't expect them to sit on hold for half an hour and speak. You know, look, all of the telco companies have a customer service team. Most of it's offshore these days. Some of it is still within Australia. But basically what they do with the offshoring is they give them a script. And anything that goes a little bit outside of that script, they struggle with. So, you know, it's very difficult dealing with them unless you know exactly how to word something, unless you know which department to go to get certain things done. And this is why I say, I don't explain all of this. Like, my clients don't need to know all of the back-end reasons as to why I say it. But I say to my clients, don't call them, call me, because they're going to get stuck going around the merry-go-round and it's just not going to be a nice experience. Call me, let me deal with them. So that is the minimum I expect that anybody in telco is doing for their clients. That is the minimum that I would expect. So if you're not receiving that at the moment, it may be worth having a look at. Well, it doesn't have to be me, but whether or not, you know, the person you're dealing with is doing the right thing for you, right? Now, the next thing is references. Now, ironically, nobody asks for these, or very, very, very few people ask for these. So I meet with probably 3 to 4 potential new clients a month, right? My business, as again, it's focused on service of existing clients, not bringing on new. So I meet with relatively few potential new clients every month. But the overwhelming thing that I hear from them is that the issues that they're having are related to this sort of thing, where they're not able to get hold of their account manager or their sales rep. They're being sold a plan that they're not sure is correct for them. They can't, you know. So for me, the big one is references. And every time I ask somebody, look, when you signed with them, did you get a couple of references from them to make sure that, you know, that it's going to work out, that they've got people that are happy with them before and this and that? And pretty much nobody does, right? Every now and then I will get asked for a reference. It happened a couple of weeks ago. And for me, I've no issue giving out references. I can rattle off half a dozen names straight off the bat that will give me a reference without any issue whatsoever, and have done so many times, right? But, or, you know, for the times that they've been asked, but relatively few people ask for them. And what you'll find is that when you ask for a reference, you can have a conversation with an existing client. You can ask questions around this sort of thing. It's not necessarily so much around, did that person get you a good deal, right? It's more a case of, what is your experience in dealing with this person if you have an issue? That's probably the biggest question you can ask them, because, and if that person ever says, I had to call customer service, or that's the other question you can ask them, have you ever had to call customer service because the account manager hasn't been able to fix something for you? And just gauge what their answers are, and you'll come to know, look, people aren't typically going to give references of clients that aren't going to give them a good word, right? But if you're speaking to a potential new account manager or somebody's trying to win your business, and you say to them, look, I need 2 or 3 references. If they struggle with that, if they can't just go, look, here's half a dozen names right now, here's 3 names, they don't even have to be in the same industry. We're not always dealing with, look, if I've got clients in a number of different industries, but there's a number of industries I don't. If I was dealing with a software developer, I don't have a client that's a software developer, right? So I can't give that specific reference. But it doesn't necessarily even have to be that. But if you can give references, you should be able to actually just rattle off half a dozen names straight away without even thinking about it. So if you ask a potential new salesperson or account manager that is looking to win your business for those referrals, and they struggle around it, or they say, look, I'm going to have to get you a list, or I can't, you know, they should be able to just go bang, 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 here you go, call these 3 people. They should be able to, right? If they can't, another red flag. And the third one I've got on here is, I touched on earlier, is account managers versus sales reps. There's something that I've come to notice, and again, I've done it as well, so I'm not speaking from just having a go at people that you know, competitors or anything like that. It's something that I've personally done in my career a number of times. Is had on my email signature or business card, I might have had corporate account manager or whatever. Every single time I did that, I had a monthly target that was focused on new services, not existing accounts, because that's how the whole industry operates, right? And I'm sure telco's not the only one that does this. There's probably many, many, many that do, but the way I look at it now is if I was to hire an account manager, and sorry, when I hire an account manager, I will get to that stage at some point, that account manager, essentially same as me, they're not going to have a new sales target for the month. If they have any sort of target whatsoever, it will be how many existing clients did you have a relationship with that month? How many existing clients did you go and have coffee with? How many existing clients did you provide a reference to, right? Because that's another thing that I've done a lot with my business is I'll say to people every so often, look, how can I help you? You're my client. How can I help you? Is there somebody you're trying to get in contact with? I probably should have put this up as a separate point, but is there somebody that you're trying to get in contact with that maybe maybe you're looking at buying a new forklift, right? I've got a great contact for you in the forklift industry that I can pass you on to, and they'll be able to look after you. Maybe you need a new accountant, maybe you need this or that. Look, I do a lot of networking, I've got a lot of contacts, and if I can pass somebody on to assist one of my existing clients to enhance their business in some way, then I'll do it. That's, I want to be able to do that. So that would be more of a target that I would put on an account manager is how many of your existing accounts have you helped this month in some way or another, not just how many of you locked into a new contract. Or certainly not how many new clients have you brought to the business, because to me, and again, having been in that position, I've been an account manager that has had a new service sales target every month. That's not an account manager to me. And again, this is my outlook on it. There's a lot of people that will probably have a lot of differing opinions, but to me, if you're going to put account manager in your title, your number one focus is to manage your existing accounts, not to be running off chasing new business while your accounts are calling customer service lines or any of that stuff. So that if you've got an account manager or somebody that says account manager in their title, in their email signature, on their business card, but they're not actually actively managing your account, then another red flag. So look, as I say, this is one of my biggest bugbears, and I could probably go on about this for a lot longer, but I didn't want this video to be a half an hour video. Look, I probably could go on for a lot longer than that, but I just wanted to these are the main three things that I would look at, okay? If you've ever had to call customer service, ask for references when you've got somebody new coming in that's trying to win your business. Ask for references and follow them up, right? Follow them up, have the discussion, have the conversation around, have you had to call customer service? Has there been anything your account manager hasn't been able to fix for you, so you've had to call customer service instead of them doing it on your behalf, and that sort of thing. And just understanding the difference between a sales rep and an account manager is most account managers, or pretty well all account managers that you will meet in Telco, are actually glorified sales reps. I was one for years. I was a glorified sales rep for years with account manager in his title. So I can say it, it's true, it's the way it is. If you find somebody that's genuinely an account manager and will manage your account, and that's where the references come in, hold on to them, because that is somebody that is actually gold in this industry. There's very, very, very few of them. They're very, very precious. So look, let me know your thoughts on this, comments and all of that below. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. There will be a new video that will go up every week on telco tips, and I will sort of evolve it into various things over a period of time, but telco tips is the main idea behind these videos. I want to give you guys this sort of insight on how to get yourselves the best deal out of your telco experience. But look, subscribe to the channel, click the little bell, and you'll get a notification. The new videos go up about 6 o'clock every Tuesday night. And look, feel free to leave comments. I do read the comments. I do try to reply to everybody, whether it's here or LinkedIn or Facebook or wherever it is. I just want to bring as much value as I can to you guys, and hopefully you got some value out of this. Feel free to share it out to your colleagues if you did, and hopefully they can get some value from it as well. All right, thanks guys. Cheers.